Welcome back to the Burnout Bobby YouTube channel. Today we're going over the Grom Build Series here. We're going to be doing the kickstand today, which has a couple different things that we're going to have to do. There's a switch that I'm going to have to get to by removing the plastics here. And it's a 2-pin clip, and what that is it's the kickstand sensor. And that will shut the bike off if you try to put it in gear with the kickstand down. So we're going to go ahead and bypass that. And then we'll go ahead and put on the TRS Built kickstand, which I have right here. This is what you're going to want if you are going to lower the front and rear of the bike. It's a must-have. Goes right there on the swing arm. We'll put the kickstand on. You're going to utilize some of these factory bolts here, but we'll go over that as I'm doing the install. So we're going to go ahead and get to it and start taking off these plastics. There was one here. Everybody say hi to the cameraman today.
I have $30 now. 3 days I've been working here.
$30. Well, you lost 20 yesterday, or 10 yesterday on that bet.
Oh, that's right. So.
But I'll get it back. We'll make another bet today and I'll lose.
This guy's really dedicated. Because he's making videos here and we're about to have a hurricane.
That's right. I'm trying to make some content. The cameraman can no longer fly out to Australia because he's stuck here. And we got a hurricane coming.
Cat 4. It'll probably be, well, this guy thinks it's going to be
Cat 1.
Sprinkles.
I might have some flooding. That's what I'm concerned about. The wind, not as much, but there's so many different points on here. Oh, that's gritty.
So he had one here, but it was stuck. So he tried to cut it off. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to cut it off. He let me use the tools, and I melted it from the heat, trying to cut the back end of the clip. But it's okay. I think he's gonna change these colors anyways.
Yeah. Hopefully beginning of next week the new plastics come in.
And what color are you doing?
All black, like every one of my vehicles. Or any one of my scooters. All black.
So one there.
There's 2 here that I have to try to get to. Right there and right there. Phillips heads. Need like a stubby Phillips.
And then one underneath here. And that's just to get to the switch?
Yeah, so I can get the plastics off to get to the switch. And I might as well just leave this side
off,
because we're going to be doing an airbox delete eventually. And then new plastics will be here next week. I got confirmation.
I think he has all the bolts out.
Yeah.
It wasn't that easy, actually. You have to pull on a little bit. Actually, there's a little clip here.
This tab right here catches on to the gas tank.
I can zoom in on this here. There you go. And where does it catch to? Right here?
Yeah, right in there. And then I'll be taking this. Well, actually, no. The new plastic should have everything I need for this, so I shouldn't have to remove any of these parts. But look, I mean, it's in pretty good shape. All you need is a new Honda sticker.
Are you selling those?
Yeah, we'll be selling these.
Ooh, look at this.
She needs a wipe now. Okay. This one here, right?
Yeah. There's not one underneath?
There's one in the back here.
No, like underneath? You notice how this guy just like feels? Like his hands are magical? He doesn't like look.
I got the twitch.
Yeah. So this pops off because it's caught in this thing. You have to push that. Here, see. You probably have to take a screwdriver to it.
I need a flat.
Are all your videos like this?
What?
You pretty much show the customers or the viewers, hey, step by step what you're doing?
No.
Oh, okay.
I time lapse it.
Oh.
Because it takes too long otherwise.
There you go. So, I think he just found out that he has to take the side piece off. So put that all around himself. And those, that one up there, and the screws in the back. So you have to take.
This one up
Yep.
here. Yeah.
And then these right here. You can do it. Hey, that's another movie reference.
It is.
Do you know what movie?
Waterboy.
Yeah, probably. So that one whipped your ass, so you just said, oh, I'll go to the other two?
Yeah, I'll go back and save my frustration for
Oh,
later.
okay.
That's why I know that at least I'm getting myself into the worst one last.
My arm's starting to get tired.
Unreal.
Another screw?
Yeah, like up and inside.
Well, that's what happens when you actually, your fingers don't work. You have to actually stick your head underneath.
I felt it first. I'm taking this whole thing off, forget this. It's come up as one piece and I'll do it.
Oh, okay. So what are you doing now? Because it looks like you're just taking this whole bike apart. I thought you were just changing the switch.
I was. The switch has turned it into taking the plastics off because OCD. And then
They got to come off anyways.
they do have to come off anyways. And I can give the bike a good wipe down. I think it said on Tuesday the plastics will be here. Which, Tuesday, the hurricane, I think it's still going to be here too, so. Might be without power at the shop.
We have generators, don't they?
Yep. That's how we ran it a couple of years ago. 3 days, I think we ran it on generator. Shipping packages, I was sweating bullets.
Doctor.
Doctor. Just a couple of doctors. Another set of plastics, great condition.
I think you keep those because unless, did you get all of
I
it?
think this piece, like,
Well,
I got a U
I know the other guy had,
that one.
yeah, kept that and he just swapped over the, I don't know what you bought though.
What does it look at? Those two things caused the whole plastics to come off for me. Why did it take all this off?
Oh, I think you were doing.
Kickstand
Actually, you
switch?
got to get that little yellow piece out still.
There's more.
It probably held on my one screw.
I see it right here.
Is it really?
No, it's the little 90 tab.
Okay, so what you got here?
Alright.
So I don't think normally you have to take all that plastic stuff off.
No.
Oh, okay. You were just doing it because you're changing the plastics.
I'm doing it and I started
Because
it.
the thing's just right here. Isn't this a little switch right there?
The switch is right here. So here's the kickstand switch right here.
Where is it connected to?
Connect to the other green plug right up front there. So I'm gonna actually reuse this. Take a paper clip and shove it in the top portion of the groove here like this. Push down and pull out. You're gonna pull out this one and do the same thing with the bottom one. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make a loop like this. Cut off a little bit like that. And I'm going to make a jumper and reuse the same clip.
What are those?
These are little brass connectors that you can get from the ruck shop. If you're trying to repin your bike, put new controls on, make it a lot cleaner rather than just twist tying it up or electric tape. Put you on another level.
So it's gonna look like factory.
Yep. Oh. Oh. So that's done. Alright, so I remember that this was in the first and the third slot. So this jumper's going to go in and lock in like that. And then same thing with this one here. If I can get that there. There we go. In and lock in like that. And then what I'm going to do is just plug that right back in. Like so. And I can pull the boot back over and then put everything back to where it was.
And then now the kickstand's not going to turn off.
Nope, because it's going to show that it's
Always.
up.
Okay.
So now I'm going to take the spring off the kickstand. It's better to do it when it's up because it's not as stretched. And then there's a nut in the back that you're going to have to take off. First I'll get the spring off. There we go.
Oh yeah, you gotta take that off first.
Yeah, because there's one underneath it.
There's another underneath it. I was reading about this before. I just study first before, because you tell me what you're gonna put the parts on,
Yeah.
and then I do some homework. I usually watch the what are they called, ruck shop videos.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of them. The guy in the video sounds like me. It's weird.
Same tattoos too.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Someone's knocking your shit off.
So many posers out there.
Yep. That's what the other guy did anyway.
It's crazy how much I forget.
Who's there? Jeez, the thing's long.
This one?
Mhm.
Yeah, I need to just cut this like right off here. Probably like a crankcase breather. But this factory bracket right here, I'm gonna have to, when the rear sets come off, it'll give me room and I can make a nice cut underneath here. Then when the rear set comes back on, and the reason why I'm cutting this is because I'm lowering the front. And when you lower the front, if you're trying to turn, it's gonna hit the ground and you don't want that to catch. It's gonna be bad news.
That's because you're slamming it?
Yeah. I don't know if you, maybe if you do the 2-inch front, but I don't know. I'd still do it as a safety measure if you're gonna do the other kickstand. So with this one, you're gonna be keeping this factory bolt right here, because this is what's gonna go into the new kickstand.
And the nut.
And the nut. And I'll show you now.
And the spring. Yes. That nasty spring.
It's the unboxing video. You see it comes with two. You have a longer bolt and then you have a set screw. That bolt's going to go in and that's what's going to hold the spring in. And then the set screw is going to be what keeps it in place. All this stuff's made in America. Look at that billet kickstand. So that's where the longer bolt's gonna go. And then on the side here is where that set screw is gonna hold that bolt in place. And then we have the block itself, which I'll put this down in my office here. Look at that.
Is it powder coated?
Powder coated front plate with a billet anodized back plate.
Kind of matches that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're probably going to have to move the... Are you going to need my help? Yeah, let me put the camera down.
So you can see here, I'm going to put the longer bolt through the back side of the kickstand, and then put the set screw on the side. And you can use Loctite to make sure that these are secure. And then also for the back mount here for the kickstand, you can see I still have the front plate like this. But for the back mount, I have the electrical tape on the swing arm because I don't want to scratch it up. And I slid this over. It's going to be a snug fit, but this way if I do want to move this in the future, say if I go a 12x6 for the rear, when the sprocket moves over and the chain moves over to the side, it would eventually hit it at this spot and you have to move this over to the billet stopper for it to clear with the chain. So just in case if I do go that route, I put it like there. Next step is going to be to put the kickstand like so. You're going to take your factory kickstand bolt. Now just so you know, it is not threaded on this back side. You will thread it through on your own. So you can put this through. Once I feel it starting to go, then I'm going to get my Allen wrench or socket that I had and start to go. To thread through the back.
What's it doing?
It's threading through the back.
Hmm.
I'm just going to keep putting it through and this will eventually make its way through. Alright, so now you can see that it's threaded through. I can actually go just a little bit more. You can see on top of the head here. So I'll just thread that through a little bit more and then I'm going to put the factory backing nut on it and tighten that up.
Let's see how strong this guy is.
The Rush Shop left a comment on one of my pictures one time asking about if I work out, and then Ruckstyle UK laughed at it.
Who's that guy?
That guy? He's a guy from England.
So you worked out?
For like a week now. have some supernatural strength.
Can you do a lot of push-ups?
You do a lot of push-ups. Ask me how many.
How many?
I don't know.
No.
There you go.
And then I think you have to Loctite these things in. Are those? No, that one. Are those in Loctite from factory?
These are Loctited
Okay.
from TRS. And then these you would typically
Put them in by hand?
Loctite.
First?
Yeah, put them in by hand first. Don't want to cross-thread it. But you also Loctite too, because you don't want this to come rattling off on you. And the only reason I'm not is because
I heard you're gonna try to get your boss to give you some free wheels.
me. Some free wheels.
That'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be pretty sweet.
But I doubt that's gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm alright with the stock ones, just some new tires. How many times do you think I'm gonna ride this?
Once.
About as many times as I've taken the Vento to the track.
Okay, so 0.
I'm just waiting for rain season to stop.
Hurricane season?
Yeah, hurricane season, yeah. And then we're gonna race
You gonna race somebody?
Mini Cooper.
That's his name?
I'll race Felix's Mini Cooper. This will be the official call-out video.
Oh shit.
Eighth mile.
He probably doesn't even know about it because he doesn't watch this.
He doesn't watch this.
Nope.
Felix is the first person to give me thumbs down in the videos. I'm on to.
Did he really?
No. He doesn't. Boom! Look at that.
Like butter.
Ready for that low life. I'm going to try to spray this down, clean this up right now, and then we'll go ahead and put the spring on. So I just put the spring on. You can see behind here, I got the shorter hook on the bottom, the longer spring going across the top. There's a groove in this top piece that the spring is going to sit right in. And just like that, your kickstand is on. The factory switch is bypassed. And you have 0 plastics.
Wow. It's like Mad Max.
It is like Mad Max. It'd be very uncomfortable to ride.
So what's next? Intake kit?
Yeah, we think we should get rid of this big old air box here.
Alright, guess we'll see. You done with this video?
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the TRS kickstand install and the bypass for the kickstand. The next video, I think I'm just going to do an airbox delete on this one. And go ahead and put, we have like a, I think it's a Chimera intake. I'm going to be putting it on it. So again, thanks for watching them. Hope you're enjoying the Grom series so far. And keep watching for the next one.
Hey, are you hiring back for the next one? Next
Yeah,
video?
I'll bring you on board.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. You don't
See you.
smell or anything.
Alright, thanks.
Yeah, alright.